up, fellers? So, still working on this thing. Today I'm going to put the intake back on. I got the transmission was in on the last video. Finished buttoning up something. Gotta do, like I said, intake, but I did put the transmission cooler in. This is the True Cool 40,000 gross vehicle weight cooler. It's a big boy. I'm not running the intercooler anymore, so I put that where the intercooler used to be. It came with this hose. I did end up going to O'Reilly's and I picked these up. They're 3/8 inverted flare 90. The ones that came with the kit came straight up. They were just a barb that came straight up. So got that so I could kind of smooth it out, make it all look good and flow a little bit better. I was able to just tie them into the old lines that I had running back, so that's all sweet. The cooler, other cooler, I'm just going to leave that on. It's bolted on there. I just took one of the caps that I had from an old fuel cell and put that on there. I'm going to try to find the other cap, but I'm going to put that there just in case I ever decide I want to run an oil cooler. Then I might run that thing as an oil cooler. It's already mounted, so it wouldn't be a huge deal to like run a couple lines if I needed to. I do still have the like adapter plate that goes on the side of the factory oil pan, and it has 2-10 outs. So I still have one of those things, so I just have to make some lines for it and get a couple fittings. So maybe I'll run an oil cooler, I don't know, but it's there. This is the old transmission. I told you guys that I was going to extend the wiring here because the clip was actually broken. The clip on the plug was broken. But funny thing, the sensor, this is the sensor that was in the transmission, the little like tab right there was broken on the sensor, so I had to switch the sensor out. See, like this little tab right there was broken off on this one, so I'll switch the sensor out, extended the wiring, and then I did extend the rear speed sensor wiring to the transfer case. So here's transfer case, and I got that thing all hooked up now, and all the rest of it you can't really see. So I switched the front speed sensor plug on the harness, so because it had the little clip, so now that locks in there, and then extended the rear wiring. Can't really see anything else because the drive shaft and everything is all there. Another thing I did was wrap all of the piping coming back. So all the exhaust is wrapped. That guy I wrapped up. You can see that I did put some RTV in there. I did use a belt sander and flatten out all the V-bands. So those should all be good and not leaking anymore. Every one of them was leaking and warped. They look a lot better now. So next, intake. I do have just some decaps in there right now. I'm going to take these decaps out and then put my 210s back in. Oh, I remember what I did now. When I originally finished the Mustang, this little guy right here, I took the 210s out of the truck and put them in here because I didn't have injectors. But then I ended up buying 1500s for this car, and now I'm just going to throw the 210s back in the truck. So that works out pretty good because I still have a tune file and everything. I should just be able to reload the old file and everything should be fine. I'm also going to try something a little bit different with the wiring because I don't really like how the wiring looks because I have it going up and over the top of the intake. I'm going to try to bury it kind of behind the intake when I put the thing back on. Hopefully that works, and then the top of the intake won't have a big bundle of wire on it, but we'll see. We will see. Alrighty, so I got the Snake Eater 210s in there. They're in. I don't have them plugged in because I got to get the adapters hooked up. But I did manage to get the harness down, around, and behind the intake with everything on. So that's good. This whole big blob was on top of the harness before. So what I think I might do now is get one of the plastic covers. And I might even try to see if I could do like the side covers. I think it would look a little bit better. This side might be a little bit tricky because I have my fuel regulator here, but this stuff is just really kind of ugly and dirty. I'm trying to clean up some of the wiring. Like I have a lot of the wiring where the tape is kind of peeling off the loom because it's all hard and crusty, so I want to kind of clean a little bit of that stuff up without having to redo the whole harness. So I think I might just cover some of it, and there's this whole section down here that the loom is kind of sloppy and it's just falling apart. So I want to get that all taped back up, put the adapters on, and should be good. Did leave myself a little note there just in case I decide I want to go start it without putting any oil in it. So I do got to put the oil and the fluid in there, and then should be good to go after that. Alright guys, so a really strange thing just happened. I loaded the old tune file for the 210s in, and I adjusted some transmission settings kind of back to where I had them, because last time I really had the 210s and stuff in there, the transmission tune was different because I was trying to shift it earlier. So put all that stuff back, and then I started it up to verify that it was going to start in idle. Started idle just fine. A little bit rich, so I'll have to work on that. And then I pulled the key out and the thing wouldn't shut off. I couldn't figure out how to get the truck to shut off. And I had the key out. It's never done this before. I had to pull the coil pack plugs to get the engine to die. So couldn't figure that out for a little bit. And that then I went to look at the battery terminal, and I had 2 ground wires that were off of the battery for my fan relay and the relay that runs the scavenge pump in the back. So I'm guessing that with those grounds being off, it was like trying to find power for those circuits and then activating the PCM circuit or something. I don't know. But either way, I pulled the PCM relay circuit out. That didn't kill it. And I had to pull the coil packs off. But as soon as I put those wires back on, now I can start it, and it shuts off on its own. So I'm going to go drive around, test everything, make a couple adjustments to the computer, try to get the tune dialed in, see if I can make more than 6 pounds of boost. And check the transmission, because we got the new HD2 kit in there. And it does work. I checked the wheels. They spin both directions. Let's get it. Listen how quiet this thing is. We got the vacuum valve going. All the exhaust leaks are fixed. It's a lot quieter than normal. Ooh, it slams into gear. Oh! So that's good. Actually not that bad right off the bat. Just cruising right now at hopefully that was a good outside shot. It did make 10 pounds on that last pull. So I'm just making some fuel adjustments. And I changed the shift point a little bit. So it shifted at 6,200 RPM there. So I changed it about 300 RPM. I wanted to shift at 65. But when it shifted hard into third. And it like spun the wheels and I could actually feel it. Boom, like go into gear. It's never done that before. It was always kind of sluggish with the other transmission. You might be able to tell that in the video actually. When it shifted, it spun the wheels again. So that's good. I'm happy about that. It's definitely shifting a lot better. Gotta dial in some fuel. I didn't even have the wastegate hooked up. I don't know if you guys realize that. I hooked the wastegate and it made 10 pounds. So it doesn't look like it's... I can show you some of the logs. It does come in a little bit slow. It did make 10 pounds at the top of the gear. But it feels pretty good. So I'm happy with it for a truck that I'm not really going to be racing. I didn't really build it as like a race truck. It was just kind of a fun thing. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to keep dialing in some fuel, and I'll do a couple pulls with the camera on the inside, and we can see what it looks like. Open the window for you. So you can hear those turbesticles out there. So we'll see what it does when I have the wastegate hooked back up. It might flatten out right at like 7 or 8 pounds again like it was before. Ooh, I think I pulled too much. I pulled some fuel and smoothed the whole table out. And I think when I smoothed it, it messed up my cruising. Pulled a little too much fuel out of there. See what that does. About my intake temp. 88 degrees at the end of the pull. Beginning was 64. That last one 88, 90 degrees at the end of it.